Welcome to Watch Symposium. I'm Austin. Alright, so this is kind of a follow-up video to the romper room video that I uploaded earlier today. You know, truth be told, I videotaped that at the same time that I videoed the Explorer 2 on a leather strap video. I just did them back to back. And ST commented that I had, was still rocking the leather strap. Actually, I changed it right after I recorded those two videos. And for, well, since then I've just been wearing the Explorer 2 on its original bracelet. I mentioned that I was going to go to an onsen, and I did. And just for people that don't know what I'm talking about, that's a Japanese mineral bath, basically. And they don't have clocks inside the bath areas, so it is kind of useful to have a watch on. And I wore the Explorer 2 and it did wonderfully, and it's still ticking, no problems. What can I say about it? I noticed after coming back, I washed the Explorer 2 after getting out of the hot spring water, but I noticed that when I came back, it was like a film on the crystal of my watch. It was almost like it had rained on my watch, and then if you were to leave the raindrops to dry, it was just this sort of these white drop outline marks. Anyway, yeah, I was kind of a little concerned about that, although I kind of figured that they would go away in time. I could sort of do this and nothing would happen. Usually that just clears up the crystal, sapphire crystal. That's it. And yeah, just I'd get it wet and I'd try to do it, and it just wouldn't come off. But it's been about a week and it's 90% gone. So my only point is that if you ever do go into I guess a high mineral concentrated kind of water, you might get some sort of minerals sticking to your watch, and it's not a big deal, but it might take about a week for things to get back to normal. So all right, well, why is this a follow-up video to the previous video? Well, because I went to check out that Explorer 2 that I mentioned, and you can see some detail right up here in the corner. All right, 615,000 yen, which is over, well, it's $6,150, I'm pretty sure. And it's shocking. I mean, this is an Explorer 2. It's from 91. It's a tritium dial, which in Japan, that lowers the price right there. So Hole's case, that lowers the price right there, where it should. There were nicks in the crystal. There were marks all over it, just little marks. Actually, be honest, it looked really cool. It looked so vintagey. But $6,150 in USD is what the price was, as you can see. And what else did I learn about it? I handled it. It came with box and service papers from 2008 or 2009. I could tell it had been polished, and then it had been worn the hell out of. So again, I mean, it was a really cool watch, and I'm not much for Explorer 2 black dials until today. I really liked it. It was awesome. But that price is just astronomical for what you're getting. I mean, okay, full disclosure, you know what I got this thing for? I got it for $2,000 less. It was much more minty, came with box, no papers, and well, I mean, I prefer the white dial, but I mean, this is a better watch all around. This has solid end links. This has a non-tritium dial. This has the superluminova, but it's got the holes case. And again, the black one has that I saw today has tritium dial, the hollow end links, and the holes case. So, and it's the crystals. You know, got dings. It had been polished, and the the legs were a little bit round, and on top of that, pretty dinged up. Worse in every way than this, and $2,000 more. So, yeah, it's one of those things. If I really did want that watch, what would I do? Would I talk to the manager there and say, yeah, can you knock $2,000 off of it? I mean, talk about lowballing. He'd probably kick me out of the store, but that would be a fair price for that. So, yeah, it's interesting. I mean, it's a shame. Well, I guess it's not a shame. But I don't think it's ever going to sell. Anyway, it's a very nice watch. And, and one of the things that I liked about it, like I mentioned, was how cool it looked, sort of beaten up. You know, I've heard people say that. I think it was actually Chris Martin sold his because there were some nicks or something on the bezel, and he didn't think it looked cool. Well, there weren't any big nicks on this, black dialed Explorer 2, but it was just these little nicks, and they just gave it such character. But for $6,000, yeah, pretty ridiculous pricing. Anyway, just thought you guys would like to, have a little bit more information about that. Thanks for watching. Take care. See you next time.